a much bigger career if he falls. The guys that are doing this show.
A wire and a balancing pole.
Yeah, because it'll just have more of a story.
About a third of the way, almost a third of the way.
It's not really a big story like, oh, he did it. The odds are that any...
Becoming the first man to ever walk over Niagara Falls. And again, the wettest area here in Manchester.
We just had to pay for the cable car.
He's finished with this walk.
That's the most expensive.
You can just see the water is dripping off of that wire.
There's no chance that I'm gonna fucking sit. I know that like Enz is your father, but I'm not waiting so they can yell at Joel. And I walk back there and I'm just like, excuse me, and close the door in my face. And it's just, I'm fucked up because he really might.
I'm gonna wait like 5 minutes. Well, I guess it's just so it doesn't get cold.
It's really hot right now, so I don't think you're
I had a lamb curry.
That's hot, whatever that is. I like it. That's what I got? Fritters?
I don't know.
I thought it was actually like, ow, that's really hot. Holy fuck.
Oh, this one.
Today, talking with his father, Jerry, discussing the weather conditions and how Nick is making his way through the lesson round to our weatherman, Sam Champion. Sam, what is Nick facing at this moment?
Actually, the end of the race.
Right as they had that conversation, we picked up a 14-mile wind gun just ahead of Nick on the wire. And the real problem here might not be the speed of the gust, because if you're looking at it, you can see that mist is driving it and hits him constantly on the left side of his body. That would be fine. He could get used to that, but it's swirling. It goes from southeast to south to southwest, and then it kind of goes around even overhead. So it's not only going in the compass direction, but it's kind of wrapping around it, and all the way over and under him as well.
I'm just gonna get plate. Do you want to play it?
No, I'm probably just eating these things.
Also, it is just so wet. Josh, we've been looking at this now for 2 days. Have you ever seen it this wet? Sam, I have not, and you're right. We've been locked onto this for 2 days. About 13 minutes now.
Just the same amount.
As we take a look at just how far he's gone and yet how far he still has to go.
Same amount of
And you can see just how alone he is in the middle of that madness.
He is
recorded. Something he has trained his entire life. The longest walks in his career, to be sure. Let's review. He did this by walking on a wire. Twice as long as this, almost 3,000 feet in length, to make sure he'd have the endurance to do this. And as we showed you before, he did it with that fire hose pounding away at him, and a wind machine blowing 55-mile-an-hour gusts.
But there's no way, Josh, that any amount of preparation could simulate what he finds here. And the one thing that he did learn from all of that practice that you just detailed was that he was uncomfortable with the fact that, and as you look at that mist and you can visibly see the wind because the mist and because of the lights that we have along his path, he said that he thought might be disconcerting to him mentally, and that might be distracting. He's used to feeling the wind and dealing with the wind, but not actually seeing it as he is tonight.
And to that point, this is certainly a feat of endurance, of strength, but as we bring in Bill back in the United States, Bill, this is a man of singular mental fortitude. Boy, you got a sense of that talking to him, right? If he reaches the bottom of the valley, now he's going to stop.
You want any water?
No, I'm right.
Something to watch for. It is Melinda tradition for him to stop in the middle, pull out his cell phone, and call his wife, Anadira, who is now on the Canadian side with their kids waiting, hopefully, for his arrival.
So he stops and makes a call.
His kid said, you know what, Daddy, you don't have to call this time. Why don't you just get over it? And you can understand their concern when you see
It's probably freezing.
what looks like tropical storm conditions.
Oh, it's an awesome soup.
His daughter also wanted him to wear her
It's weird though, because I mean, it'd be a really weird fall if he falls. Holding that thing.
Like, oh, and then you just gotta, does he
hang in there, wait?
Yeah, he absolutely gets back up and like finishes it.
No. How'd they get him though?
Well, I mean, so he doesn't embarrass himself. He'll
really never be able to get back up, ever. Look at him. He's gonna be hanging upside down, like.
Very deliberate, and his best friend Chris Ripple is up here.
Take some of these things.
What?
Fried vegetable fritters.
Chris hates heights. He hates looking at this. And he's doing this for them.
He hates heights and
You know, Nick, what I wanted to let you know was it was 40 years ago when your great-grandfather walked into the forge. And I think that's pretty amazing that you're doing it 40 years later.
God is good. What an amazing opportunity. What a blessing. Oh, God.
Oh, right. Coming up on another pendulum here.
How I praise you, Jesus.
Take your time there. Good. I'll get there.
Are Indian people more flexible?
Naturally, I don't know. They probably are more flexible, but might be because they do something. Probably.
Did you just say this water is hard?
Look at him. He says, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord." And he looks at the camera. You could rob the shit out of some people right now.
What is he doing? He's taking off the harness. What are you doing? Oh, what's his name?
Nickel Wanda.
Are you crazy?
And as we listen in on Nick Wallenda talking so calmly with his father Terry, who's in our production trailer, this is what he faces now. This is what we're calling the climb just out of the valley. It may be a little bit more stable. You saw that wire shaking.
How do you? I don't know. I think if Jesus could actually see this, he'd probably be so pissed off and want to escape from hell.
Take a bit of a breath. Nick hoping that this section.
How could Jesus ever support this? It's the most meaningless thing. Risking your life holding a cross.
Done that tricky downhill walk at the beginning.
I'm sorry, I'm negative about a lot of things, but a lot of things are fucking bullshit.
The valley and told us, Josh, he actually likes going uphill. It's sort of like walking upstairs. You can actually see what's in front of you. It's easier to see the wire and center yourself. So, and maybe preserve himself, because what he faces ahead is even tougher than this.
He will tap reserves that he is building in over years of training for this.
Maybe endurance, like endurance and focus. But like, if he falls off, he's tethered. Like, it's not, it doesn't do anything.
Still looks like an idiot. I mean,
I can only imagine.
you think, but he's not used to it also. So maybe it's not like a mental advantage, but a real mental like deficit.
A test.
But
He could easily fall and say, "Did I ever fall without a harness in my life?" No.
I mean, the record thing though is like, maybe I don't know. It just doesn't set right.
That was kind of a bigger tip to the right than usual.
Do you think he starts rushing at them because he's close? Like, and he gets confident and then he doesn't
Runs it.
Yeah.
I'd love it if like a monkey came along and snuck on the side, jumped on it, and just ran across, like right between his legs, punched him in the nuts, and kept running. Like, you're tethered.
Oh, he's escaping.
Hey.
Well, essentially, theoretical point at which the countries separate.
He needs his ID. He's advanced.
That'd be great.
You need to say 90, how much is it?
60% of the way or so through his walk. As he makes his way uphill, he'll be doing so in Canadian airspace.
I mean, he obviously has to be very careful about going to the bathroom before this, right?
Yes, Nick Wallenda, in addition to that 40-pound man,
If he's
was also traveling
maybe he's scared
with
for
his passport.
So he's traveling with his passport.
His father now, Terry. Terry, it's Hannah and Josh. Would now be a good time to check in with Nick?
You know, I think Nick's ready to answer a couple more questions.
Okay.
He's like,
Nick,
Dad,
tell us
no.
what has been most challenging for you thus far?
You know, that mist was thick, and it was hard to see at times.
What if he got caught? See how they like the way, see the back end? I mean, they have a little gap there for it to go over,
They were
but
able to see and able to focus. And it was very hard to focus. There was so much moving around me. Wind going one way, mist going another. It wasn't pretty, that's for sure. Very uncomfortable for a while. And that mist was, that wind was wild. You know, I'd heard all the stories, but to actually feel it, you know, it would come at me one way and then hit me from the front and then hit me from the back. And it was definitely quite a challenge. And
Good
you know,
stories
nothing that I
from
wasn't prepared for, but more than I expected, that's for sure.
Nick, if this was a race, and make no mistake, it most
I
certainly
mean, I'll tell you this much. I couldn't walk this far.
Making your way home. As you do that,
how many foot is it like? How many football
you
fields?
said, and it was all postulating, all theory, that you did enjoy walking
3 maybe?
uphill as opposed to other parts
Right,
of this
wait.
walk. How is it as you make your way up
5.
to Terra Firma?
Why is he walking to his candidate?
I don't know, because they let him do it. Like,
I'm strained. I'm drained.
US was probably like,
You know, this is so physical.
fine, okay, but
Not only mental, but physical.
they probably just sold it out
isn't
to
easy
the
in my
news
hands.
channels.
Actually, at this point, feel
the
like
Americans were being a real pain in the ass, I think.
I feel like I'm getting weak, and you know, I'm just looking at that prize on the other side.
So it's almost like
America-
America,
And I just want to get in there. I wanna get through that
Canada
stretch
wants to
and hit that
do
finish
this.
line.
Americans like,
And Nick, what is it that will carry you to that finish line?
My legs, you cunt.
Pure endurance.
Sorry.
Endurance and this audience that's here that I'm hearing. At this point, I'm just starting to hear them, believe it or not.
getting
Those
rushed
calls
in
are
the
so
head.
loud that until now I haven't been able to hear them. But I'm hearing them, and that's what'll get me across to the
And then the
other side.
sound guy turns the sound. That's fucking awesome.
And apparently,
I think,
they
like-
are hearing you as well.
like it'd be good diplomatic support if, you know,
What's up, Dad?
if America, if you guys supported the Canadians, they really want to do this.
I think that if any kid, including the kid I mentioned before, were to be saved from a horrible death, I would even prefer it that some evil motherfucker, like from a long ways away, just assassinates him. Shoots him in the head with a sniper rifle. One baby saved. All shit is equal. Some rope walking jerk off is gone. And a new innocent being has a chance on this planet. And maintains their chance.
We had entered the last steps, but we have come to know the final test. And this is where the training, the conditioning will pay off. We heard Nick himself just say he is drained. And who could blame him? Remember, he's been on the wire now for almost 25 minutes. I can only imagine the adrenaline now taking those final steps as he kneels, he drops to a knee and smiles and points to the crowd, acknowledging them, exhorting them all. Again, emotionally and physically, what a struggle it might have been, but now, steps from home, steps from the loving embrace of his family, and steps from history.
Sam Champion has a
I took shits in my net.
Sam, what are you saying?
I'll tell you, we're standing here on the platform, Hannah, as he is just making his final
I was trying to find
way
it.
edging over right here with his beautiful family.
Oh, this is
He's
I
up
don't
to
know.
Mike is
It's
holding
totally
the guide
funny.
wire as he approaches the scissor lift. This is apparently a tradition, and you can see he's getting this smile on his face as he gets closer. Then seeing on the mic, holding the tension on that wire, lets him know that he's home. He's almost home. We have officials from Canada on the platform here who will
Way bigger steps.
be here to greet him. He will make his first connection with them, as is law. And he will kiss and hug and hold his beautiful family in just moments.
He has entered his 26th
have been doing that. See how funny it is.
Yeah, with the brace, that would have been sweet.
I hope you were with us to see it all. It's not something you will see anytime soon. Nick Wallenda, walking some 1,500 feet, becoming the first person to traverse Niagara Falls directly over the falls themselves, hugging his uncle and acknowledging the crowd, blowing kisses for beginning on the process of processing himself.
Here is Uncle Mike.
This is a big drug traffic.
Like something's going on in the background. Oh, he's got crazy drugs with him.
A feat that, frankly, Nick Wallenda made look so easy, but
It's like we got all the borders pretty well got it.
Everything paying off now.
How do we know all too well? How do we know? How many people have you ever seen?
Beautiful young lady here.
Shut up, you
I have
whore.
something to say. Do you have something to say to it? You looked so calm when you were standing there watching it, but what were you feeling?
I hate these type of questions. It's like, what do you think? I don't know. You know what I was hoping he didn't fall. What do they want you to say?
Yay! What the fuck just happened?
Now they're gonna talk like another 15 minutes. He's now with his family.
Fantastic. Before we even say more than 2 words to you, there's a little thing you got to do officially.
We paid big money to be the first ones to speak to you. After the,
well, hello, bonjour. Welcome to Canada.
Mr. Passport, please. Oh, no.
I want to fucking.
Got in that little pack here.
I heard that's how you're going to carry it.
Canadian finance.
No, I'm not carrying anything over.
Well, can we do?
And what is the purpose of your trip, sir?
To inspire people around the world.
You have. Thank you.
Welcome to Terra Firma in Canada. Now, okay, we watch you, and I can't even believe your face is as calm as it is the entire way. Is there a
Because
point that you know?
he
I got it.
had a harness on. That's
You know,
why.
you can't get to that point. I have to be
Maybe you get a little embarrassed.
I mean, when I got to the mid, it was definitely an offense builder. You know,
Embarrassed is
so
not the
thick,
same as
so
that.
challenging. Those winds hit me from every which direction. It was definitely more than I expected for sure. And then my forearms start to tense up, and at that point, you just feel like running it if you could, but you can't. You got to take your time and step by step.
We are so happy to see you here.
Who's this fucking anchor from Canada? Like, who is this fucking guy?
More than 2 years in the making, you had to convince 2 countries to even let you do it. All the high-tech gadgetry, NASA engineers by your side, controlling as
Like,
many.
what's more risky, this
But in the end,
or smoking
the most
pot?
surprising thing about the ball.
Like,
You know, it was definitely the.
why is this legal? Why would they allow him?
You can't reenact. You can't
Okay,
recreate.
okay, Nick, look right into the camera and tell us how it is.
That was the issue.
And then what was so stunning to us at home, and this is Hannah, by the way, and congratulations.
This could be a good
Thank you
news.
so much.
This could be a good news story.
In record time, you sprinted in at the finish. How were you able to stay?
I don't want to jump on anybody's dreams, but like,
You know, a lot of
I just feel like all the hype around it is.
You know, it's all about
I'm watching it myself, but
back to
like,
the training. You know, in the middle of the wire at one point, I just started
it's just
thinking
like there
about
wasn't.
my grandfather.
And a lot of people hate us even more now. They're like, Niagara Falls
He
is
had a harness.
pathetic.
That's what this
Even if he
is.
didn't, it's a pathetic little fucking grab for attention.
Nick, tonight, what in your mind is the legacy of the family Wallenda?
You know, I think it's been brought up
Actually doing nothing for others ever and inspiring other people to do risky things that they die trying.
And I was able to
Making
make it
people want to get
successfully,
attention.
safely. Even though I had a tether, I didn't use it.
We want to check in with your dad. You had a running conversation for most of that walk, and he's in our
Oh, he has
production
tether, he
truck. So
didn't
Terry,
use
if
it?
you can hear us, what would you like to say to your
I mean,
son?
he didn't fall, so it didn't matter,
Right,
right?
even though
Oh, there's that security system. It's very awkward.
Hey, Dick, I'm very proud of you. You made history and you made the family proud. I'm thrilled that you had the opportunity, but I'm even more thrilled that you made it safely to the other side. Thanks, Dad. I love you. I love you too, buddy.
We get tens and tens.
Or somebody says like an awkward question, like, "Are we fucking done with this yet?"
Sides of the border, well in excess of 100,000 people, millions more watching around the globe, watching Miss Belinda walk.
It seems like there's just some other like thing involved.
I want to go back and show like when the falls were way further up, and like thousands of years ago, and some other race that didn't leave bones did the same thing, and they killed that guy for being so stupid.
I mean, I guess you can always see documentaries of the falls, but like now that like people saw it, like now they're not gonna come anymore. Maybe.
Do aliens do this stuff, Mark?
What?
Do aliens do this? Like advanced civilizations, do they walk across even bigger gorges? You think they like walk across the galaxy on a rope?
Oh, I hope so. Do
I hope not. So,
yeah, we see it in commercials always. Maybe so.
And this is the first commercial. Like, we have shoppers who buy clothes from places around the world. We think that we've picked a decent selection this year. Come buy from our store. Like, we're like Facebook. We used to try to sell to rich people. Now we sell to everyone. That's why I don't really watch TV. It makes me even more pissed off.
This is the first time I watched TV in a while.
Tom chipped in 10,000 points. Karen kicked in 20,000.
I don't know if I should just use.
Why would you, like, what is this? You know it's bullshit.
It's all hype. The media is just like...
No. Waiting an hour to eat and having really good food get bad because somebody's yelling at somebody. It's fucking...
I'm just gonna get a hoodie on. I don't know.
Taste of Tuscany, starting at just $10.95.
Is the AC still on?
Or grilled sauces with Orecchiette. And choose 2 Tuscan
Probably
Extras.
took that off.
Served with unlimited salad and breadsticks. The Taste of Tuscany.